We all fell in love with Jake Hoot on season 17 of The Voice, and he has new music out. We're going to catch up with him coming up. This episode of Connected with Kelly is sponsored by Pickers Vodka, proudly made in Nashville, Tennessee. So Pickers is a tribute to the musicians whose sounds fill the air in Music City. Pickers Vodka is distilled 11 times from non-GMO corn, and it's gluten-free. My new favorite is the Pickers Unplugged Vodka Soda. They're in cans. They are only 96 calories, 0 carbs, great flavors. You need to give them a try. Visit pickersvodka.com to find out more or to order online. Hey everybody, welcome to this episode of Connected with Kelly. Jake Hoot is one of my favorite people. We knew him from season 17 of The Voice, the winner, walking away with that trophy. And since then, he has had so many great songs, including a duet with Kelly Clarkson. He's got a new one out called Night Left. We're going to talk about that. We're also going to dive into playing at the Opry, opening for Darius Rucker, opening for Alabama, and visiting Disney World. So we got a lot to unpack. Let's get connected with Jake Hoot. So how is everything? You doing okay?
Oh yeah, doing good. Just rocking and rolling, getting ready. We play shows tonight through Sunday night. A couple shows, or every night we got a show. So it's gearing up for that. We just got an RV, which I haven't told anybody else about that yet. We just got an RV as like a tour bus type deal. So we're fixing it up. I'm working on it here in a little bit this afternoon to try to get everything in working order, and then we're hitting the road.
Oh my gosh, this is awesome. So is the fam going with you? Everybody piling in?
Well, they went with me last week. The maiden voyage was last week. I surprised the guys. We gotta post the video somewhere. I showed up to pick them up in it, and they were all just blown away. But it went really good. The whole family went. Band went. This weekend it's just going to be me and the band because we've got long haul. We're opening for Darius in Kingsport, and then Alabama and Pennsylvania. So we're going to make that big trip. But I'm excited about it.
Just repeat what you just said. Just repeat that sentence.
I know. It's crazy. We're opening for Darius Rucker on Saturday and then opening for Alabama on Sunday. So it's just like, it's going to be good. We're excited.
I mean, was that always kind of on your dream board? I do want to dig into that a little bit more because, I mean, we all know you from The Voice and fell in love with you there, and we've watched you blossom since and really use that as a big platform and a springboard for what you wanted to do. But, let's go back way before The Voice. Did you have those aspirations that you knew you wanted to be on stage opening for your heroes like Alabama?
I wish I could say it was. I think I always struggled with confidence to think that I was ever good enough to do it. I think it was like, oh yeah, I would love to do that, but man, I'm not good enough. I don't think that'll ever happen. But The Voice kind of helped, with my confidence for sure. Somebody asked me about that the other day. They're like, how does it help with your confidence? And I think, you get so many people in your corner, whether it's your coaches, whether it's your fellow contestants, and of course, singing on stage in front of millions every night, definitely, kind of gets you, like, throws you into it, So it's really helped. And, I told people, this is our second time opening for Alabama, and I never thought I would say I even got to open for them once, much less twice in a matter of 2 months. So I'm excited. It's good.
When you're backstage or side stage watching all of that go down, like you're in the middle of it, what does it feel like to have that bird's eye view of what they're doing and how they do it? And what do you take away from that?
I think I take away almost everything. I am definitely somebody who loves to watch people how they do things, not to mimic them, but to go, these guys are, I don't know how old they are. They've got to be in their 70s, and to see how they put on a show at their age, and they just have the entire, I mean, we opened for them in Hertz Arena, and the entire 5 to 7,000 people that were packed into that place, they had them on every single note. Everybody was captivated from the first note that played till the end of the show. And so to me, it's really, cool and educational to watch and see how they interact with fans, how they move about the stage, how they interact with each other. But just to watch somebody who's been doing it for so long, is just incredible. I mean, they just,
Yeah.
they almost have this timeless energy about them, that, I hope before too long we'll have, our own set of hits on the radio or whatever, and be able to have everybody singing every word of every song. But it's just really special to get to watch something like that.
You're racking it up, boy. You are, I mean, you're on the way. First of all, I do want to back up and talk a little bit about the duet with Kelly because the moment that we heard that, everybody was like, oh my gosh, your voices together are so very good. It just is, it's a beautiful blend. Tell me more about that song and how that all just kind of came about.
Yeah, so and I know Jamie Floyd here in Nashville. She's an incredible writer, and of course Dean Sams, from Lone Star. We all got in a writing room together, and Jamie brought this idea that we had never heard. Which, as writers, it's very rare that you hear an idea that you've never heard before. And so she said, "I'm going to hate you as long as I would have loved you." And so we wrote the song in a matter of like 2 hours. And then I told both of them, I said, I think it'd be really cool to have Kelly sing on this song with me. And I think everybody I told from the get go was kind of like this thing of like, oh yeah, that's cool, but I don't know that's going to happen. So I sent it to Kelly that day, and it was crickets. I didn't hear anything back. And then I was on a phone call with her a couple months later, and I said, hey, I sent you this song. Like, did you listen to it? What do you think? Are you even interested in doing it in a duet? And she goes, oh, I didn't hear it. Like, send it again. So I did. Little did I know she was going through her whole thing with her divorce and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But she said, oh my gosh, this is like, absolutely, I'm in on this song. I want to shout this from the rooftops like this. Yes, we want to be in on this. Let's do a music video. Let's do the whole works. Let's have you come out and sing it on the show. And so as soon as she heard it, she was all in. And so we were able to record it. Of course, I recorded my part in Nashville and her in LA. And then music video, we flew out to LA to shoot it. But she was just so encouraging and so like accommodating. Like even the day of the music video shoot, we shot for God knows how many hours, and she was the nicest person to work with. Like she was just very kind to everybody, talked to everybody, and so it was really special. But that song is definitely one of my favorites that I've ever written and recorded and performed. So it's definitely a good one.
I want to hear more about Night Left. Give me the details about the song. I was lucky enough to catch you on an acoustic performance, and you were doing some of the new stuff, and it's so much fun. So give everybody the details on Night Left.
Yeah, well, first off, thank you for coming to that area show.
I
That was a
loved it. It was
blast.
so fun.
Yeah, that was so much fun. Yeah, so Night Left, I haven't really dived too much into the party summer-esque type songs. And so I sat down with Danny Myrick and Kylie one day, and I just said, I need some kind of party song that people can listen to, tap their foot to, have a good time. And so we tossed around some ideas and landed on, we got a whole lot of night left. And so we were sitting there planning the song out, and I said, have y'all heard the phrase, all right, bet? And they said, no, what does that mean? I said, well, I had the same reaction when I first heard it. So I explained what it was. It's kind of like, all right, bet that I won't do something. So I said, if we can find a spot, a home for this phrase in the middle of the chorus, it'll be killer for us. I just know it will. And so we ended up putting in the middle of the chorus, and just like this performance you came to, and we played some other shows where we kind of, tested the song out, and the crowd loves it, and everybody gets involved and screams, all right, bet. And it's just, from the production even standpoint, I'm a huge Cadillac 3 fan, and the whole slide guitar that they do, that swampy feel, I said I wanted that in the song. And so we put it in there, and I'm very excited for everybody to hear it. And Macy, my 6-year-old, knows every single word. So it's going to be fun to see, as time goes on, more and more people are hear the song. We're hoping big things for it.
Oh my gosh. Well, you're going to do it on the Opry, aren't you?
Yeah, tomorrow night. I'm so excited. I know we're playing Cabana Taps tonight. So I'm excited about that, but Opry tomorrow night, and then Darius the next night, Alabama the night after that. So it's a huge string of shows that we're excited for.
I do want to ask you how you changed that up because it was so interesting. The performance that I got to catch with you, we were inside the beautiful new Ariat store at Fifth and Broad here in Nashville, and they have this amazing, like, little setup where they can do an acoustic performance, and you had, 3 guys that were with you. It was stripped down, but the energy was still so high in the middle of this smaller, intimate venue where you've got, stripped down four-piece band. You guys still kept your energy so high. And I'm thinking, how do you go from that to opening for Alabama and Darius? How does that mind switch happen for you?
Well, I tell everybody, you just fake it till you make it, and I tell everybody, blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while. And so we just, no matter what stage we're on, and this is the God's honest truth is, we say a prayer before every show, and I just, and we talk about just no matter what stage we're on, we're going to have a good time. And whether we're playing the 5 people, whether we're playing the 5,000 people, it doesn't matter. We're going to go out and have a good time. And so obviously the production changes up a little bit from us playing on acoustic instruments and playing on a massive stage. But luckily my band guys are some of the best band guys I've ever had the honor of playing with. They can all play the tar out of their instruments and they can all sing really well. And so, we just amp it up even that much more, and I was told by a songwriter, I can't remember who it was. They said, if you write a song and you perform it, and you decide to record it, you better make sure that you really love performing that song, because if it's a hit, you're going to be performing it for years to come. And Night Left is honestly one of the songs in my set list that we love when it comes up, because we're just ready to rock and roll, and we love the whole vibe, and we love how people interact with it. So getting to play it on the Opry, we're definitely excited. And then of course, getting to play it in New York, Pennsylvania, opening for Alabama is going to be something to definitely one of the highlights of our career. So we're excited.
Were you a big Hootie and the Blowfish fan?
I was a little bit, and I think I was more of a Hootie and the Blowfish fan just because, his name was Hootie, and obviously I sang, I don't know, 3 or 4 of his songs, all the time when people would request them at different shows and stuff. I think I've been a bigger fan of Darius Rucker since he stepped into the country side of things, but there's no doubt he's got a ton of hits as Hootie.
Well, I love it because I watch him and I loved him as Hootie, and the Blowfish. But then watching him as Darius, it's like, oh, I think he was always that. And I think some of those songs now, when you hear them, they would totally play on country radio. So that leads me to, what song of his in his catalog would you want to sing with him? If he was like, Jake, pick one of these songs and I'm going to bring you out on stage, which one would you want to do with them?
Well, if it's one of Hootie's, I'd probably have to go with "Let Her Cry." Is one of
Great.
my all-time favorites. If it is one of his country songs, it's probably going to be "It Won't Be Like This for Long." I would say those 2 songs, and that's just because I'm a dad, and it's like, Macy's only 6, but that song, rings so true even at such a young age, and so it would probably have to be between one of those 2 songs, and even though he's done the remake or whatever of Wagon Wheel, I mean, he kills that too. So I'd be honored if he even asked me to come out and sing that, which at this festival, Old Crow is opening the night before. So I was making the joke, which, well, who's going to get first right of singing Wagon Wheel on this stage? Is it just going to be, both of them are going to do their own takes both nights, but it's going to be fun.
Listen, I've talked to him before, and it's exactly what you said earlier. If you cut a song, make sure you love it because you're going to have to play it. He knows. He's like, I can't leave the stage until I play Wagon Wheel. Doesn't matter where I am. Doesn't matter that Old Crow was here the day before and did it. I have to do it or I will get booed. So, yeah, I know he's going to be in the middle of that. I want to ask about Brittany. Is she going to be singing with you on an upcoming album? Because I've heard tale of this. It's like little sneak peeks about your wife singing with you.
Yeah, I'm probably her biggest fan. I love her voice and I love her stage presence, and I just love watching her perform, whether we're sitting on the couch or we're standing on a stage in front of thousands of people. Um, and so we've tossed around the idea, and since we've been together, we've sang so many different duets on different songs and covers. But surprisingly, last week I sat down with 2 writers and I said, hey, I want to write a duet song that I can sing with my wife. And so we wrote a song that I absolutely love. And so she and I have been practicing it here and there to see if we actually love performing it and how it's going to work. But there's no doubt that she will be on the album, whenever we record one, and I want to do at least one song with her. She'll probably have background vocals on other songs, but at least have a duet, like a true duet between us two. Just because you can't look that pretty and sing that pretty and not be on an album somewhere. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm very, very excited to have her on it.
I love that. Yeah, you can't hide that. You got to put that out front. You got to put that out front. Okay, before I let you go, what was your favorite ride at Disney World?
Oh, okay. So that's a complicated question because I loved the Frozen Ever After. I love
Yes.
that one just because it was just so cool, and I loved watching Macy's face, like, oh my gosh, there's Anna and Elsa. I loved the Seven Dwarfs Mine.
Mhm.
The Space Mountain
Mm.
was terrifying
Right.
because you just free fall into nothingness. And I swear that the tunnels were about that far above my head. So I was scared of that. We didn't get to go do Splash Mountain because it was closed. But Macy's favorite, if you ask Macy, we went, I'm trying to remember what it was called. It was the orange ride. There's the green and the orange where you get to travel to Mars or whatever. You get to
Oh my
practice.
gosh, Spaceship Earth? No.
Yes.
Mission to Space. That's it.
Mission to
Yes.
Space. Okay. They said, if you got issues with motion sickness and all that kind of stuff, don't get on it. 3 seconds into that ride, I closed my eyes and I just prayed, God, please, please let this
Listen,
thing in.
that is the one ride. Jake, I have been to Disney probably 20 times. That's the one ride I've never ridden because I'm scared of it. Every person I've ever talked to is like, nope, nope, and nope.
Well, it's just, and I thought it was going to be fun. And it's true. I mean, like, you feel like, my beard was pressed against my neck, it's just like, wow. But my goodness, it took me like 3 or 4 hours to calm down afterwards. Like, the ride ended, and I asked Macy, and every ride, even the ones I was scared on, I'm like, Macy, are you okay? Just being protected. She's like, whoa, she's like an adrenaline junkie. And I said, did you like that one? She goes, Daddy, that's so much fun. Let's do it again. And
Oh,
I looked, and I was dripping in sweat because I was trying so hard to not be, too vulgar, but to keep it all inside. I was just like,
sure.
God, please don't let this happen. Not on this ride. And
Listen,
plus, there was some random person sitting beside me. So I was like, that I can't be doing that. But yeah, that ride I could do without, but all the other ones were really fun. We had a good time.
I'm just seeing the headline right now. Jake Hoot was next to me on this ride at Disney, and he got so sick. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you held it together. I,
Yes.
10 out of 10 would not recommend that ride.
Now, yeah, I definitely would not recommend unless you're a thrill seeker like Macy, in which case go do it, have a blast.
Just gonna love it.
But all the other ones, were pretty fun. I think Space Mountain was probably the most for me since we didn't get to do Splash Mountain.
Yeah,
Space Mountain was probably the most thrill, like just drop off into
love it.
pitch black. But it was a blast. We had a great time.
Hey, I am so happy for all the wonderful things coming your way. Have so much fun at the Opry and out with Darius and out with Alabama. And congrats on the new music.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. It's great to see you again.
Thank you so much. So good to see you. Okay, everybody, brand new song. It's called Night Left. We love Jake. He is so much fun. Because we know him from The Voice, I have to ask, who is your favorite voice coach? I'm Team Blake, right? But we've got a whole new season of The Voice coming up. Ariana Grande is coming back. We got John Legend. Of course, Blake is going to be there. Tell me your favorite all-time coach from The Voice below. While you're down there, make sure you subscribed and hit that bell. That way you'll be notified when we have brand new episodes that come out each and every week. Until then, stay connected with all the people and things you love the most. Bye.